In this dramedy, the darkness sometimes wins over the laughs. Welcome to MsMojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 saddest shameless moments. Before we begin, we publish new content every day, so be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. For this list, we're looking at the most gut-wrenching and heartbreaking moments from Showtime's Shameless. As these moments feature crucial plot points, a spoiler warning is definitely in effect. Number 10. Ian confronts Mickey at his wedding. Such is the number of tear-jerking scenes viewers have had to go through with these two characters. A list could be comprised simply of the saddest moments between just this pair.
You call me a punk for wanting a boyfriend or whatever, but you're gonna marry someone who screws guys for a living?
Gives a shit, it's a fucking piece of paper.
Not to me.
Ian and Mickey pursued a relationship in secret, but they were discovered by Mickey's father, and Mickey was forced to marry Svetlana.
You're just gonna let him ruin your life?
Grow the f up. Don't act like you know a thing about my dad.
Are you kidding me?
The journey to Mickey's acceptance of his feelings for the young Gallagher was a long one, with Ian having to confront him more than once.
You love me. You're gay. Just admit it. Just this once. Fucking admit it.
But this scene, right before he gets married, is highlighted supremely by Cameron Monaghan, as Ian begs Mickey not to go through with it. Number 9. Carl tries to heal Frank.
Cancer? How did I get cancer?
By the time we caught up with the Gallagher family at the start of the show, most members of the clan had already learned the hard way how terrible their father was. But for the younger ones, it took a bit more time. In one of his more despicable schemes, Frank told Carl he had cancer in order to scam a charity foundation. He even shaved his son's head.
That's going on all day, every day. My son is suffering. Have you no soul?
But when Frank ended up in the hospital from alcohol abuse, Carl did the shaving as a way to help cure his father.
What's going on?
Shaving your head.
What?
To let the sun rays in, so they can heal you. Like they did with my cancer.
Carl may not exactly be the sweetest of the Gallagher kids, but seeing him do what little he could to help his dying father showed a much softer side to him. Number 8. Ian and Mickey break up. As noted, for years, fans watched in heartache as the writers threw one complication after another at Ian and Mickey.
You used to love me. Now you don't even know who I am. I don't know who I am half the time.
And considering they'd been through so much together, we couldn't help but assume that they could withstand anything. Sadly, that wasn't the case here.
I love you.
What the hell does that even mean?
It means we take care of each other.
After disappearing for some time with his mother, Ian returned to break things off with Mickey. He believed that his bipolar condition was too much for Mickey to handle, and thought it best to end things then and there.
You can't fix me, because I'm not broken. I don't need to be fixed, okay? I'm me.
The heartbreak on actor Noel Fisher's face is so real. That being said, the sadness may have been slightly undermined by Sammy's interruption. At least we know that this wasn't really the end.
Mickey! Mickey!
Holy
Number 7. Frank thinks Emily is Fiona.
Fiona? Fiona, you're awake?
It wasn't too often that audiences feel bad for the Gallagher patriarch, given how despicable his behavior normally is. But this episode showed a different aspect of the character.
Let's be quiet so we don't wake up Monica.
Monica?
I'm sorry we left you and your brother in Washington Park last night.
During a hospital stint where he acquired a new liver, Frank's medication made him mistake the young Emily for his daughter Fiona. It's a touching moment, as this connection isn't something we normally see with his actual daughter.
I promise, I want to be a better dad.
It's okay.
You mad at me?
No.
And given that Emily's father had recently abandoned her, it made the whole thing all the more tragic.
I'm glad you're here with me, Fiona.
Me too, Daddy.
The real gut punch, though, when the sweet little Emily doesn't make it and Frank thinks he's watching his actual daughter pass.
Fiona.
Number 6. Ian says goodbye to his family. Ian Gallagher has always been one of the more complex and beloved characters on the show.
My God's a dyke. My God is trans, a junkie, a whore.
So saying goodbye to him, as well as Cameron Monaghan, was always going to be tough. After an act of vandalism resulted in a van exploding in Season 8, Ian pleaded not guilty due to insanity. Regardless, he would still end up having to serve some jail time.
I rolled on the cartel I was working for, and in exchange, guess who gets to pick where he gets locked up?
The blow may have seemed somewhat softened by Monaghan's announcement that he was leaving the show, but watching a character we had all grown up with over 9 years say goodbye to his family was absolutely crushing. The exchange between Ian and Lip hit us hardest.
Hey, thanks for being my brother.
Never had a choice.
Number 5. Frank Calls DFS.
Who the hell are you? I'm Brittany Sturgis from Child Protective Services.
Frank has let each one of his children down in various ways, but never quite like his betrayal of Fiona in this Season 3 episode.
How did we show up on DFS radar?
It was an anonymous phone call, actually.
Wanting revenge on his children for not letting him back into the house, Frank calls Child Protective Services on Fiona, his eldest daughter who has worked so hard to care for the family. This causes her to have to jump through multiple hoops in order to get them back.
It was a man, actually.
A man? It's never a man. Men don't give a shit. How is it fair that someone can make one call and completely ruin our lives, and they get to be anonymous?
The moment when she listens to the recorded phone call and hears her father's voice is absolutely heartbreaking. Selfish might be Frank's default, but no one, Fiona included, could have imagined him stooping so low.
When the father is there, he's drunk. He hits them. Not that they don't deserve it. They're all criminals, delinquents, vile.
Excuse me,
What?
sir.
Number 4. Monica dies.
Monica?
Shameless has mastered the art of making the audience feel conflicted about its dishonorable characters, and Monica Gallagher made us all question our feelings more than once. In the final episode of Season 7, the family was forced to say goodbye to her after she suffered a cerebral hemorrhage and wouldn't wake up at the hospital.
We made every attempt to revive her, but we were unsuccessful.
She was far from perfect, but the loss of her was felt by every family member. Fiona's conversation with her troubled father afterwards put words to what we were all feeling, but there's no single moment of grief stemming from this incident that can compare to Frank's reaction to Monica's stillness.
She didn't love you. She didn't give a shit about anyone but herself.
Please.
Number 3. Liam almost dies. When it rains, it pours. After making one terrible decision after another about her boyfriend and boss's brother, Fiona's secrets are found out. And having her new job and relationship tarnished because of it makes her want to blow off steam.
Well, police probably got one thing right, the prick.
Fiona, get your ass in here. I'm gonna show you how to break it down.
Sadly, the result of the party she throws leaves her wishing she hadn't indulged. Liam, the youngest member of the family at 3, gets into a stash of cocaine.
What's on his face? Oh my god, oh my god.
Step back.
Oh my god.
Step back.
Seeing his motionless body and the looks of shock on each character's face is enough to take any viewer's breath away. He's never been the most crucial character to the show, but seeing a child in such a state sent every viewer into a panic. Number 2. Monica's suicide attempt. Before her passing, Monica traumatized the entire family at Thanksgiving.
Mommy's not feeling too good right now.
The show would go on to address the topic of mental illness with Ian in a respectable and more appropriate way, but this moment served to showcase one of the darkest events that could come from it.
Get out of there.
No.
Come on now. Come on. Get out of there. Come on.
After going off her meds, Monica attempted to take her own life. The previous image of family and friends gathered happily around Thanksgiving dinner was almost serene, and it's this juxtaposition that makes it all the more sad.
There's been an accident.
All right.
2119 North Wallace.
The sheer terror that comes from this moment, as well as Fiona's mournful state as she wipes up her mother's blood afterwards, was chilling. Before we get to our top pick, here are a few honorable mentions.
What if I don't want to change?
Then I would know what I've always feared is true.
What is that?
That you don't give a shit about any of us.
Is it true?
Oh, he's a junkie through and through. Your
husband-to-be.
Last message. I promise. Wherever you are. Bye.
Number 1. Fiona's speech to Monica. Fiona would spend the majority of the show unraveling the destructive actions of her mother, and her confrontation in this moment is one of the most crucial.
You don't get to abandon your kids and then show up one day to take your pick of the litter.
After Monica comes back into their lives to take Liam away and begin anew, Fiona lets all of her pent-up feelings about her mother out.
You know what? They did it all. No thanks to you, because you weren't here.
There would be several moments later in the series of aggression and disappointment surrounding Monica, like when she stole the family's squirrel fund, but this scene made us appreciate just how much weight Fiona had to carry.
The first rule you learn in this house? You hide the goddamn money!
Of course, a scene, no matter how well written, is only as good as the performer, and Emmy Rossum sure delivers.
I'm here now, and Liam belongs with me.
He doesn't even know who you are.
I'm his mother!
You are my mother, too!
Do you agree with our picks? Check out these other great clips from MsMojo, and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.